frequently asked question. What about all the extensive searches that have been carried out in the past? That's it. That's a really interesting one, because the general foundation of societal belief that this thing's extinct is that there's all these searches were done in the past. You know, the government is a benevolent protector of wildlife. They would have done everything that can be done for this animal. Extensive searches were carried out and they couldn't find it by experts, and they couldn't find it, so it's obviously extinct. Okay, well, most of the famous searches, particularly after 1936, when the last known one died in the zoo, most of those searches only went for about 2 weeks. 2 weeks. How are they going to find anything in that period? And yet those actual people came back and they all said, no, look, it's plenty of bush, it could still be there. They didn't say it's extinct, and yet somehow this concept has built up that all these searches were not able to find it and therefore it's extinct. There's been various searches since then, all publicity stunts or token efforts. There were some in the 60s and even in the 80s which made a bit more of an effort, but even then nowhere near enough. And for example, one of what they call the benchmark searches for the thylacine was carried out by a government bloke called Smith in 1980, and he at least put a scientific approach to it, and he concluded that, well, generally it was concluded from that study that the thylacine's extinct. He only used 3 cameras. He only got 400 pictures of animals. 400 pictures of animals. And he didn't get any photos. This shows you how pathetic it was. He didn't get any photos of wombats or wallabies. Now, if you'd have to say then, okay, well, wombats must be extinct. If he searched for them, he couldn't find them. Wombats are extinct. You know, it's complete rubbish. So, extensive searches that have been carried out in the past, complete rubbish. What I will say is that since the 2000s, myself and others have actually put in a hell of a lot of effort. Very professional approach, and we've set more than 1,000 cameras over a period of 5 years, and I've had 100 or so for a period of 20 years. So we've done a lot of work, and you'd think that if this thing existed we would have found it, and we haven't. So I don't know, don't really have an explanation for that, but if anybody thinks that the thylacine must be extinct because of all the searches that have been done in the past, forget it. There's still plenty of work to be done. There's plenty of places that haven't been searched yet.